Okay, we're back in classroom 1A. Let's see what happens if we pull this one again. Telltale glint of the piano wire became visible once more. Ah, I think that maybe this was just to teach you the idea that that's what it does. Interesting. Okay, I just entered 1C again, and this came up. I felt a bad feeling as I entered the room. It was so quiet that my ears hurt from the no noise that I heard anywhere around me. Strange feeling in here. That didn't make all that much. Oh. It hurts. Just die. I'll kill you. Anger, curse. No help. Hope of rescue. Spill your blood. Ooh, I'm so scared, so scared, so scared. I hate dark places. Oh, good. It's like a pomegranate. Yeah, let's take a closer look. Fuck it. What is it? Oh, did someone draw over it in fluorescent paint? It gives me the creeps. Alright. Let's look at these bitches again. Okay. So nothing? Yep. Wait, what? Ah. Karasuyama High School. Sato Yuzuki. Alright. Wait, what was that? No? Oh, I remember this. I wonder if it was those two. Bloody hell. This is really strange. I think we're just gonna get the hell out of here. Let's, wait, what? Alright, yeah. Let's go back this way. Whoop. I like the way that they travel from room to room. They're just like, whoop. Whoop. Oh well. Say what? Oh god. Nakashima, grade 3, roommate. Nakashima, grade 3, roommate. Please return to class immediately. Yes, we've seen this before. Twice. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up! It just opened on its own. Come on in. What? Okay, this is new. Ark! Come on in. Some unknown force lifted me off my feet and pulled me into the classroom. It was so dark in there that I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. I'm glad you've come. There's no time to lose. The examination is about to begin. Please remove your jacket. Ah! That's a good girl. Now, lie down on the bed. Not sure what else to do. I pulled out the flashlight and pointed it in the direction of the creepy voice. What? What? What am I doing? Wait, what's that? You! Oh. Ah! It's that thing again. It's monsters. What the hell was that? Okay. I doubt she'll want to go back in there again. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh well, screw it. Frickin' who would want to go back in there anyway? Give me this. I'm going back to the toilet. I've scoured every corner of this floor and the other one as well. The only thing left to do is go back this way. off we go. I think that the screen is getting like more red as we go along. We know I can't go into the boys' room, I guess. All I can do is go back into the girls' room now. Here's hoping that something's changed. No matter how much I wandered, I just couldn't seem to figure out where Seiko had run off to. Even though I've already been here before. And I'd been teased from the shadows and frightened the whole time I was searching. I couldn't take much more of it. I was losing my mind. When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the 3rd floor of the school building. I began to doubt myself, to doubt the fated events that lay ahead, or whatever these horrific future memories were. It couldn't actually happen, right? I had no real reason to doubt the things I'd been envisioning, of course, but I kept telling myself it was all just paranoia. I'd experienced déjà vu many times in my life, ever since I was a little girl. It didn't have to mean anything. Someone once told me that déjà vu was just the brain recognizing a similar situation from one's past and making a false connection, pulling the wrong file. Please, no more. Seiko! Seiko, please! Don't leave me by myself. I'd basically lost all ability to reason, as if my mind had been taken over by some outside force. I broke down on the spot and began crying. What's that? A loud sound caught my attention. It sounded like someone kicking a wall. I shot up from the ground as if I were yanked. And as I rose, my brain began recognizing a similar situation from my past. A file was being pulled. No. It sounds of a struggle, coming from inside the bathroom stall. It's exactly the same. There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory. It didn't feel like there was anyone else in here with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the 3rd stall door from the back, as if it were just closed. My heart was racing. I was so nervous. It felt like all the blood in my body had began flowing in reverse, behind this door. Phew. Seiko, where are you? I miss you. Just looking at the noose sent a wave of dark feelings through my mind. The spectre of death was right in front of me, baring its fangs. If I went too much longer without finding her... Ah! That same dull thud echoed again from behind me. Startled, I turned back toward the stall. No one was there. So what was I hearing? The wall? There's a breeze coming out from it. I stepped inside and began lightly knocking on the back wall in several different spots. Ah! It's hollow! Looking closely, the wall did jut out very slightly right around that exact spot. Unconsciously, I pushed on it, and a small piece of paneling swung out into the space beyond, like a door. It was well hidden, to say the least. Never once would I have guessed there'd to be a hidden room behind this particular bathroom stall. It's really dark in here. The room was extremely narrow, making it feel longer than it was. You could fit maybe 2 tatami mats on the ground here, end to end. A hole was cut into the floor in the back, outfitted with a ladder leading down into the main school building below. I peered down the hole, but could see no sign of a floor, nor the end of the ladder. This thing could lead all the way to ground level, or even farther. Yeah! Whether due to pressure differentials or the breeze in the air, the secret door suddenly shut itself behind me. That must have been what I was hearing earlier. A wretched smell was wafting up from below. Hardly a surprise given where I was. I didn't want to imagine what unspeakable things might await me at the bottom of this ladder. But if Seiko had gone this way, I shook off my misgivings and began descending. This should bring us out into the janitor's thing. Or not the custodian's closet, that's the one. I wondered if maybe this ladder ended in a garbage dump or something. I stopped in my tracks, seriously considering turning back. But I didn't want to miss something and have to do this again later, so I figured I might as well tough it out and see what I might find down at the bottom. I was waffling between my desire to be thorough and my instinct to turn back, but I kept climbing down all the while, holding my breath as much as I could. Sure is wet. If I'm not careful, I might slip. Ah! Oh, ew. What? I'm really glad it's not a garbage dump. I seem to be in a cave-like room, with muddy walls and a dirt floor. Looking up, I could see a very faint light coming from the hole I'd just climbed through, but the whole area was otherwise pitch black. There doesn't seem to be anything to find in here at all. I'm probably just wasting my time. While surveying my surroundings as best as I could, I attempted to stand up, but that didn't go very well. Oh! Ow, what the hell? My ankle had swollen pretty badly, and felt like it was on fire. It was the same sprained ankle Seiko had tendoned earlier. I must have landed on it when I slipped from the ladder, aggravating it further. No, why is this happening? I made another attempt to get up, this time onto my good ankle. If I shifted my weight so the majority of it rested on that leg, maybe I could walk. Ow! No such luck. I wasn't going anywhere. I was stuck in this dark, dank cave, where no one would ever find me, with a ladder I couldn't use. My leg had begun going numb, and the pain from my ankle was almost unbearable. No, I have to get out of here, I have to! Leaning on the wall for support, I attempted to stand once more, this time holding my sprained ankle in the air as best as I could. I placed both of my hands on the ladder, but it was no use. I couldn't even make the first step. Mustering all my strength, I figured I'd give jumping a try, even if it was with only one leg. But as soon as the other came into contact with the bottom rung of that wet, slippery ladder... Oh... I could feel myself turning pale. I was well and truly stuck. This was no joke. I was frantic. I tried climbing the ladder again and again, but just kept finding myself sprawled unceremoniously across the ground. I couldn't even say how many times I challenged these damn rungs. I even searched the walls nearby for another way out, but it was simply no use. Tears were welling up in my eyes uncontrollably. I'm so sorry, Seiko. I can't make it. I can't save you. And then, all of a sudden, I sensed a person in front of me. If you want to find your friend, you can't just give up. I'm impressed you made it this far. You've done well. It was a little girl. She was just there, and she spoke to me in a very comforting voice. Then she hugged me tightly, as if trying to enshroud my head with her being. There. It'll be alright. I'll let you see her if you'd like. Will you listen to what I have to say? I didn't care who. I didn't care if it was a person or a ghost. I just wanted somebody, anybody, to save Seiko. Good. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Everything's going to be okay. Painful memories, you see, are the funniest of them all. Ah! Ah! Naomi, you insensitive jerk. No, I shouldn't say that about her. It was my fault. Naomi was just scared, and after what she went through, I don't blame her. She's always been so cheery and so kind. But I brought out all of her pain, all her tears. And that's the one thing a friend should never do. A smile suits her face best of all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Naomi. I'm sorry for making you so sad. I feel so lost without you. It's the same for me, Seiko. Seiko, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me. I just want us to be together forever. Naomi. But when I'm with you, don't I make you mad? Don't I rub you the wrong way and make things unbearable for you? Of course you don't. That was just me being stubborn and pouting and behaving like a spoiled brat. Oh. Seiko approached me with arms outstretched. She wanted to hug me, and I immediately obliged, without the slightest hesitation. This was Seiko, warm and alive, soft and smelling lovely as usual. I'll never let you go again. Me neither. You'd better not. There's a Japanese-style room over there, with tatami mats and everything. We should go sit down and try to calm our nerves a little. A break sounds nice. Let's go. Custodian's closet? This is one of those doors that wouldn't open, isn't it? Oh? Huh. I passed out earlier, I guess. When I came to, I was lying down in this room. I was someplace underground, I think, with no way out. And then I saw a little girl, was it? For the life of me, I just couldn't remember clearly. That's really odd. Maybe you have a guardian angel on your side. Or a ghost. Come on, don't say that. Well, remember what that spirit told us when we first got here. He said, not all ghosts are bad. Not all bad, huh? Seiko calmly opened the door and stepped into the custodian's closet. I could hardly believe this was the same person who got scared out of her mind at the first sight of a ghost only a few hours before. You seem a lot more fearless now than you were when we got here, Seiko. Or is that just me? As long as you're around, Naomi, I feel like I've got nothing at all to be scared of. That's all well and good, but just make sure you don't let your guard down, okay? There weren't any working lights in the custodian's closet, but it definitely felt a lot safer in here than it did out in the creepy, creaky hallways. The two of us plopped down next to one another on the tatami. For a long while, neither of us said a word. I guess we weren't sure what to talk about. I'm so glad you're okay, Seiko. You too, Naomi. How's the ankle? Still hurt? I feel like it did, really badly for a while there, but it's totally fine at the moment. Glad to hear it. Did you manage to find your paper doll scrap? No, it's still missing. Guess I must have dropped it somewhere else, and finding anything in this place is quite a feat. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. But when we get back, we can always ask the class rep to perform the ritual again. Then we can get you a replacement. That's true. Once we'd calmed down a bit, we reached a point where we simply didn't want to leave the room anymore. We had no desire to go back into those halls. So we didn't. We stayed right where we were for a really long time, just chatting endlessly with one another, casual as can be. About class and the festival and our sleepover the previous night. Ordinary, everyday conversation. But then, I happened to look over and catch Seiko staring at me. Yeah, totally. Seiko, is something wrong? Huh? No, it's nothing. It was too dark to see Seiko's features in any great detail, but something seemed amiss. It was her face. Was she blushing? Naomi? This is hard for me to say. But, well, what is it? She had an uncharacteristically serious expression on her face, and seemed really nervous. What is it? What was it, Seiko? What were you trying to tell me? Never you mind. Oh, come on, now my curiosity is killing me. Just spit it out already. Promise you won't laugh? If you don't want me to, then I won't. Okay, because I'm totally serious. Oh? My heart skipped a beat. This was the beginning. How could I have been so dense all this time? Since we have no idea what's going to happen to us in here, there's something I really need to tell you. Okay? Seiko's focus changed. Her gaze was now directly squarely at my lips. Wait, was this? Will you, kiss me? Huh? I want to kiss you. Why? Because I love you. As a friend, right? Seiko didn't say a word. She just shook her head fervently. I was dumbfounded. Was she confessing to me? I hadn't even had a boy confess to me yet. She hung her head low, staring down at her feet. My silence seemed almost like it was causing her physical pain. She looked like she might explode. I couldn't see her face clearly, but I was certain she must have been quivering and blushing from ear to ear. "You're serious?" "I'd marry you if I could. I want to kiss you and hug you too." That was the first time I'd ever heard Seiko speak so softly, or with such a stammer in her voice. Before I knew it, I was crying, and I had no idea why. Seiko, I'm sorry. I ran out of the room and just took off down the hall. I still couldn't tell why I was crying. It's like I was scared. Or maybe I was happy. Or maybe I'd just lost a friend. I needed to calm down. The Seiko I was friends with wasn't gone. She hadn't been lost. Regardless of whether or not I was able to return her feelings, I owed her at least a thank you. Seiko must have been pretty deep in regret by that point. I needed to get back to her. I needed to let her know that I would still stand by her. I was suddenly distracted by the sound of dripping water nearby. It was as if someone had left a faucet on, but only just, and it was slowly spilling out onto the floor. But where was it? It sounded close, yet there was no sign of running water anywhere that I could see. I had a bad feeling about this. All I knew was, it was close. Like, really close. Wait. No, it couldn't be. I looked down at my feet, and I gasped. An unpleasant-looking black fluid was running down my thighs and pooling up on the floor beneath my feet, and it wasn't stopping. Ew, what the hell? What is this? Ugh. I hesitantly collected a bit of it on my finger and studied it. It wasn't blood. It was almost tar-like in consistency, smooth and vicious. And it seemed to be faintly glowing as well. Why was something like this coming out of my body? Ah! I went to wipe my finger on my skirt and shifted in place, only to lose my footing and fall backwards, landing hard on my rear. Wah! I put my hands on the sides of my head, closed my eyes and screamed. I had reached my limit. I just wanted all of this to be over. But try as I might to shut out the world was determined not to be ignored. It was like heaven and earth were moving all around me. I felt dizzy. It was like my soul and my body were separating. I became acutely aware of my own mass, and started obsessing over it. I was so heavy. My head in particular. The human cranium weighs about 5 kilograms, and I could feel every last gram straining my neck muscles. It was hurting my back. What's happening? I'm losing consciousness. Can't open my eyes. All the blood in my body came rushing up to my head. Why was this happening? I could feel the blood vessels in my face pressing against my skin. I could see blood behind my eyelids. It hurts! It hurts! It hurts so much! The blood just kept coming. It wouldn't stop. It felt as if my blood vessels, my eyes, my whole head could burst at any moment. Somebody, please, save me. Seiko. Be careful. You're about to fall into the valley of past and future memories. Just as my last vestiges of consciousness were fading, I heard a little girl's voice. But I was in pain. I was weighed down. I couldn't open my eyes. If you wish to save your friend, you'll need to overcome fate itself. What are you saying? Ah! The heaviness in my head grew at an alarming rate, and I heard a tearing sound behind my ears. It was the sound of a major blood vessel breaking wide open. I was certain I was going to die, but then the pain and dizziness simply vanished. I had the sensation of a faint shimmering before my eyes.